Good morning, good afternoon, ignorant millennials, good evening, depending on what time of the day you're watching this video. I'm not alone. I'm your host, Kat. I'm rolling with a beautiful lady on my right, but I'll give her some time to introduce herself briefly. But without any further ado, please may I ask that you like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And before I even actually proceed and allow the lady to introduce herself, let's all take a 2-second deep breath just to admire this beauty. Ooh, I like how she's turning even for us. Without any further ado, lady on my right, please introduce yourself.
Hi everyone, I'm Phozisa. I am based in Johannesburg and I'm 23, jeez, I wish I was 22. 23 years of age. Yo, I'm not used to saying that out loud. I'm a software engineer by trade. I model on the side, I influence on the side, and yeah, that's basically me. Yeah.
Yo, did you guys see that? She handled like I'm a South Africa in an entry video.
No.
You know when you apply. Okay, all right, nice to have you. I'll be honest, like when I first saw your Instagram handle, I was like, do I pronounce the PH as so then I was like, Phozisa, whatever.
No.
I was struggling. I was like, what is going on?
I'm glad you're bringing that up. So many people actually pronounce it wrong. I've had so many people come up to me and be like, hi, Posi. And I'm like, yo, I'm not English. My parents didn't give me an English name. And Phozisa hardly sounds English. So my handle is Posi Q. And the Q is because my surname is Kwemesha, in case people don't understand.
Oh.
So that's what my handle is. Posi Q, not Physique, not Physique, it's nothing. It's not a play on anything. It's just,
okay. All right, interesting. I even thought like you're an artist.
Yo, look, a lot of people come up with that as well.
All right, interesting. Yeah. But you know, today we have you, like before actually we continue, I just like people to know you a bit more. Yeah. So I'm gonna give you like, I'm gonna give you 2 options for like, I'm gonna have 5 different things, right? I'm gonna give you 2 options for each, right? So, without any further ado, beach holiday or safari?
Beach holiday. Oof. Beach holiday. I've been definitely wanting that because COVID has had us down. I would really like to be somewhere nice and warm. I like summer. Yes. I prefer summer over winter also. And also like
I hate such people.
A lot of the time when you do these safari things, you do very specific things. It's either you're doing a game drive or a hike somewhere. Okay. And I mean, I feel like you can always do that around, and when you're in Gauteng, there's not really much beach to be around, so I'd rather definitely do that.
Jordans or stilettos?
Jordans. I have a problem with high heels. I don't know. I think I like being comfortable. Let me just start there. I like being comfortable. I actually have heels in my car right now because I told my friend I was going to wear heels when we go out. I'm meeting her after this. And I'm wearing flops right now. So you can imagine how exciting that's going to be for me. Definitely Jordans.
Okay. So which one would you rather not, like if there was one item that you find with not having in your handbag, would it be either lip gloss or lipstick or makeup? Makeup. Yeah. Okay.
I mean, there's this trend that's been going on TikTok where people are like, choose violence or whatever, and girls are like, do you not do makeup because you can't or whatever? And I'm just like, it's not that I can't, but I'm not great at it, so like I don't prioritize it. Okay. But I love seeing it on people, and I love seeing it on myself when I do get it right, but it's very rare that I do get it like that right. So I definitely would rather have lip gloss in my bag.
Okay, nice eyelashes, by the way. Hey, oh my gosh, are they natural?
They're extensions.
Oh,
no. So I got tired of the glue, the lash glue. Yeah. Because you'll take those things off and you'll still have lash glue on your actual lashes. Yeah. And I just got tired of that, and I was like, you know what? Look, I like having my lashes done. I like getting pampered. I like getting done up and stuff. Yes. I mean, just because I'm in IT doesn't mean I have to be like boring and
100%.
You know, and like I'll show up to work with my wigs and shit. You know, like I feel like I like those things, those girly things. Yes. So yes, I have extensions in my lashes because I like having lashes, but I just got sick of the glue because it's just annoying.
Okay. Yeah. Nah, 100%. So let me ask you in terms of vehicles also, BMW or Mercedes?
Mercedes.
Team girls with Mercedes. It's Twitter, ne? They influenced you.
Look, I'm not gonna lie to you. I've always had a thing for Mercs. I like sleek cars, and I feel like Mercedes has that. They have very sleek cars.
Okay.
BMW, great speed and everything, but there's a very chunky element about them that I don't necessarily like.
Yeah.
It seems like a man's car, and they
Yes.
also like they brand themselves
Soft,
as that, and
yeah.
they package themselves as that. Whereas Mercedes, you're like, you know what? I could look good
that-
coming out of
yeah.
that car. So you can imagine yourself as a woman with
yeah.
the
Okay. Okay, makes sense. I guess let's introduce our topic. I'm sure people have gotten to know you a bit more there. So I wanna like discuss like what you call a double barrel hyphenation in surnames there. So the reason I wanna discuss that because I've seen interestingly like there's also even South Africa more celebrities, especially African celebrities, that are also taking it up and having a double baron. I want to get your views on in terms of that. Is this something we can start it with? Is it something that you would consider?
Okay, considering that it's becoming more popular in an African context, you could say that it is progressive, right? Not a lot of traditional, especially like if you're looking at Bantu people, not a lot of them are okay necessarily with the woman keeping her surname. So you find that those kinds of things show that, hey, we're making some kind of progress in terms of allowing women the freedom to make decisions about how they would like to be in a marriage context. But personally, I think I don't mind. I don't mind taking my husband's surname. I mean, if I'm choosing to marry you, I sure as hell should be okay with wanting to take your surname fully, you know? And I think that's still the cute aspect of getting married, that like you get to take your husband's name and you just like accept it into this family. It's a new start, and you know. And when you're hanging on to your surname, I'm saying hanging on because I don't think I would do it. I wouldn't hyphenate. I would not do that, simply because yes, I love my surname and everything. I love my name, but like I say, I would like to accept that new chapter of my life, and I think taking the surname is that as well. And also my surname is like really long, and I just don't want to crowd my ID. My ID is already so crowded with all these names that I have, which I don't really share.
I think we should pressurize you to share one of them.
No, I'll share one.
All right.
I won't share the other one.
Let's
so my
hear.
second name is Samantha.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Even the story behind that is like really funny. My dad was adamant on naming me Samantha, but my aunt, who is my grandparents' last born, is also named Samantha, and my grandparents were just like, we can't have another Samantha in the family. Why would you do that? Because their initials are going to be the same, and our initials are the same. It's PS, PS, Q.
Oh, serious?
So sometimes like if I know when I went to Rhodes, she also went to Rhodes. So when I went to the pharmacy there and I was like, oh, this is my prescription, whatever. They were like, are you Phozisa? I was like, no, I'm not. I'm Posi. So they're like, oh, there's literally the same name. Yeah, the same initials on our documents. I was like, no, I'm a different one. They're like, oh, okay. So yeah, that kind of thing where it was like, it was weird that he would choose that name. But I have that, I have my names, and I have my long surname. So it just doesn't necessarily make sense for me to just add that there. I'd rather just change it completely and have a new one. Okay.
I think you should ask your dad who his crush was.
Come on, don't make us awkward on TV.
Apologies about that. Hey, maybe Samantha was open to a double baron.
Maybe.
Okay, so I just wanted to find out then, why do you think that ladies now actually... Okay, firstly, before I get there, you said it's progressive, as if like women were held down, like you couldn't have a double baron. Do you feel that was a thing?
Not necessarily, but it's not something that was normalized either. You saw it in more modern Western areas.
And is that not the problem, that we're copying the West again?
I mean, you could say that. But
because
where does everything else come from? Honestly, the clothes you're wearing, they're Western.
So I'm challenging like your statement of progress.
Everything is bound to follow Western.
So Western is progressive.
That's where the world is now. The Western is progressive, unfortunately, and the only way for us to sort of become that way is to sort of accept certain things that they do as part of what we do.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's why you feel it's progressive.
Yeah, that's why I feel it's progressive.
Because we're copying.
It's not to say that like we can't move forward without using Western, you know,
Yeah.
I don't know, traditions? Not traditions, but like Western elements.
Yes.
If I should put it that way.
Yes.
But I'm not going to lie to you. You haven't found, okay, who's this Jacob Zuma's wife?
Dlamini Zuma.
Dlamini
Yeah,
Zuma.
Nkosazana.
She is one of the first of Zulu women to have that.
Yes. Yes. 100%.
Let's just start there.
That's...
I don't know what her reasons for doing it was. Perhaps she did want to hold up her family name. Dlaminis are relatively strong.
Yeah.
From what I know.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be surprised if she wanted to keep that name, you know? But I'm also saying that, like, it's not something that's necessarily popular yet either. Mm-hmm. And the only thing that has popularized it in more, like, Western spaces, or let me say spaces like where the spaces we're in, where we interact with more different people, we're in cities and whatever. All these things that do happen in these cities are because of Western things. So for even her to get to a point where she's like,
yeah,
I can actually do this. That means that she must have realized something from how she had been doing things before, or how things had been done in her family before. And she was like, why can't I also do it like how other people are doing it? And that's not necessarily to say you're following and you're stuck in Western ways, but also there is that point where it's like, if you don't necessarily adhere or sort of follow this in a way, things will never change. So in a traditional aspect, as Zulu, I don't see it changing very soon, that people will hyphenate their surnames, but you can see it's something that is happening that people are now a little more open to. Because, I mean, Zuma could have easily been like, you don't want to take my surname fully, then whatever. And he accepted that, even as a dominant Zulu man.
So you're very cultural, or you know a bit about culture, I presume.
A little.
So what if, like, from a guy's perspective, what if I say, my ancestors won't recognize you the marriage or whatever, recognize you in marriage, because why are you carrying these things or whatever?
You see, that starts when you're dating. That you can't have that.
How we discuss double barrel when we're dating.
Not double barrel, but the thing about ancestors and my family won't accept me, what, because I'm not taking your surname. That conversation starts while you're dating, first of all. So, as people in a relationship, surely you know. Let's say, for example, you and I are dating.
Yeah.
There's no way I don't have any idea. Yeah. I should know that because I'm getting into a relationship with you, and fine, I don't mean you must tell me on the first date or first week, but it's something that as we get to know each other, you will reveal at some point.
Nah, but it's not that like we believe too much in ancestral or whatever.
That's what I mean. Like, it doesn't have to be into every day or whatever. Yeah. But just knowing that you do have traditional things that you do. Like, I've disclosed that to my partner. I've told him that we do certain things. It doesn't mean that we're very like, it has to be this way. Yeah. But certain elements of the traditional things we still uphold at home. Like in Belego, in Belego. Yeah. Just to sort of like say to the ancestors, okay, so things like that. So I think when you get to the hyphenating and then you're like,
but that conversation doesn't start anyway. Like it starts
what
maybe.
What do you mean that conversation doesn't start?
Like anyway? When we're dating, it doesn't start. It probably comes up like when I've engaged or something like that. But then it's like it's already late.
Before I'm taking your surname, there's no way you're just.
So you as a female would bring it up.
I would because my family does some of those things. So there's no way I'm not gonna bring it up, especially if maybe let's say we have a conversation about religion and faith, and then you say, "Oh no, sisindisiwe and asizenzi into zesintu." Then I'll say, "Oh, actually, I do them." Yeah. Then the conversation can start from there. Be like, okay. So when we get married, how would you handle this? How do you think you would handle this? Not how your family would handle this. Yes, your family will have a different opinion, but when as the person that I'm actually engaging with, how would you handle it?
Okay.
You know, would you be offended if I chose that we still do the things that I do as part of my family? Or would you prefer that our family doesn't do those things? Because if you don't have those conversations, I mean, gosh. Should you be getting married?
Nah, I hear you. So then, like, to the kids, like when your child is born, they're like 4 or 5 and whatever. You know, kids, they usually like
They ask
a
questions,
lot.
yeah.
Yeah. So, what is your explanation? Like, as a kid, I would imagine I'd feel like mom is being weird. Like, why is mom now
Not
carrying?
taking
Yeah,
the
like,
surname.
yeah.
I don't know. You
Like,
know,
what is
I think.
like? Do you not think that causes confusion for the kids?
Okay, firstly, I don't think my situation will cause confusion because I would take my husband's surname.
Yes.
But in a situation where you don't take your husband's surname and you have to hyphenate, there's nothing you cannot explain. Like, yes, your child might not fully understand the concept that you're trying to explain. But if you tell your child that, look, for these reasons, I've chosen to keep my surname. Whether it be because you think it's empowering, whether because you like your surname and you want to see
But what
it
I'm
there,
saying,
or maybe like it's a trend thing for you. Maybe you will find a way to explain to your child. But there's no way that your child will feel different towards you because you chose to keep your surname.
but Phozisa, what I'm saying, I hope I pronounce your name right. So, but what I'm saying is that, like, going back to the ancestral and whatever belief, if somebody wants to keep a double barrel, I imagine for them also, they're also saying, no, my ancestors, you know, they must move with me or whatever. You see, so how do we break that deadlock?
Okay, so now you're talking about a situation where the woman is also bringing up her ancestors.
Yeah. Because what else? Like, if you're not a brand, why else would you want a double barrel? Come on. Like, come
Honestly,
on. Like,
I also don't get that.
Yeah, if you're not a brand, like, it makes sense, like, if
you're
now.
a brand and you still want to keep your name and people know you. But those things are also like, you can handle that, man. You can always handle social media. I feel like people think that as soon as you market yourself as this, you can never change.
Yeah,
You
but
can't
don't.
change.
We'll get to
But
that.
let's not go there.
Yeah.
The ancestors thing. Look, I'm gonna go back to the fact that when you are getting married, there's no way those conversations aren't had. So when it comes to the ancestors thing, even as a woman, if you are worried about the ancestors things, get that goat slaughtered if you have to. And that's the thing with the traditional things. There's always a way.
So who should
to
do it? The
handle
girl. The girl must compromise.
If she wants to keep her surname and she also has very strong traditional bearings, then there's no reason why she shouldn't. And if that the husband is marrying her and Naya, he's got strong traditional bearings and he feels strongly that the surname should be upheld rather than her keeping her maiden name as well, then they should have that's how it's done.
So the
all the time, your ancestors must know.
That,
you must let them know. If this is what you're gonna do and you know it's not completely the way you should do it, then you let them know that we're doing it like this because of this.
Okay. So
Not everything can be set in stone. Not everything can be set in stone is what I'm saying. Like, you can't be like, oh, you're damned now, or your family is gonna reject you because you didn't because you decided to take your husband's surname. You know, surely there are ways around. The ancestors can't always be mad. You know, like they can't just their job can't just to always be. Surely there's a point where you can accept certain things because of how things are meant to be. I mean, there's that part about the brand thing, but that's not important. But even if, let's say, you do want to keep your surname and it's really an ancestral thing, then your husband should also understand. Because it's not like you're saying, I don't want your surname. You're saying, I'll take your surname, but it'll be next to mine. But then there's going to be that question of, so are you going to be, let's say I'm getting married and I'm marrying, I don't know, random surname.
Ramashala.
Yes, Ramashala. So now, then I guess the question could come: are you gonna be Phozisa Ramasala Kwemesha, or are you gonna be Phozisa Kwemesha Ramasala? That's another discussion. That's another problem. But also, like, as my man, I would expect you to not necessarily put your ego ahead of us and be like, no, my surname should be before the hyphen. You know, like, it shouldn't matter. That part should not matter.
That part should not matter. Excuse you?
I still have your surname. What's the big deal? You know, that's what I'm saying. That if I'm still taking your surname, regardless of where I put it, you should be okay with that. If it's something that we have spoken about and agreed on, and we've done the ancestral things as well, everything has been handled. There has to be a compromise, because
So-
if all of this is if the decision is being led by ancestral reasons, then there's no way that one of you can't compromise. If she's compromising by taking the surname, then he should be okay with where the surname is sitting, because at the end of the day, I'm taking the surname.
Are you trying to also understand the male perspective that it's gonna look like, excuse my French, like he's the bitch in the relationship if the
I literally just said ego aside.
no,
it must be
no,
worth it.
but you must also consider, just the same way a guy does things that he considers like he wouldn't want to embarrass you. You get what I'm saying? Like in a relationship, it's all about that. Do I want to embarrass my person? You have to consider all those aspects.
Fair, but I mean, like I said, I'm just maybe I can't relate. I don't know. Maybe I can't relate. But I honestly think that there's no way that a conversation can't be had about this kind of thing.
Yeah.
Because, bro, I'm accepting you as my man under Christ, the law. And I'm telling my ancestors that this is the man I'm choosing to start a home with. This is going to be umkwenyanwa like I.
Yeah.
Like, those are commitments. But where I put my surname or where I put your surname, really? If that is the deal breaker, then maybe you shouldn't be getting married. Honestly. Because, you can come across someone who will be like, it's fine, I want your surname.
Yeah.
I'll take it. Yeah. But people are different. And if
Okay.
you want to, like I'm saying, if you get to that point where you're even wanting to give someone your surname, you must have had those conversations.
Yeah.
It doesn't just get there. Because you don't just meet and then you're married.
Right.
So that conversation will come up somewhere along the way somehow, surely.
Okay.
People talk about things. We see things online.
Yeah.
So topics are always struck out of nowhere sometimes. So things like that are bound to come up, I think. You
Okay.
know?
So then, what would be your advice to somebody who's considering, like, a double barrel? Would you advocate for it?
I know.
You don't know.
Not necessarily that I'm advocating against or for it for any particular reasons.
Yeah.
But I just think that, like, in a way, to avoid this kind of drama, where, like, now you must go to the ancestors and be, like, pleading to keep your name, it's just simpler to do it that way. I mean, just go sign the papers in the court, bruh. Just
That's
get it done. Like, it's not that deep, is what I think. Like, I mean, like I said, if you're choosing to marry this person, you must know what comes with that. You're not just like stepping into a maybe,
So let me fast forward to maybe like 20 years into your life, right? You're married. Your son is getting married. Then he meets a lady
who wants double barrel.
Yeah, and she wants the surname to be in the middle. What are your thoughts?
Look, my son knows what he's getting himself into.
You know when people say you know what you're getting yourself into,
is-
it means you're getting yourself into trouble.
No,
you get what I'm
it
saying?
doesn't mean
Like
that.
you get it.
It doesn't mean that.
The word getting yourself into.
No, man.
Where
It's
else do
not-
people
it's not
use
that.
getting yourself into?
But the thing is, like, he knows what he wants. If he's choosing to marry that person, then
Yeah.
I mean, that means he knows that there's that.
Yeah, but how do you feel about
How
it?
do I feel about it? I don't care. I don't really care. Because at the end of the day, like, I know that there's this whole idea of the son must carry the surname.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, he'll be carrying our family name. Yes, it might not be the first or the second or whatever on her ID, but he still has his name. That will never be taken away from him. And I gave him that name, and he will keep it. How she decides she will do with the name is always obviously going to be up to her. I can't be a woman in a family saying, I stand for progression and women having their opinions, and then turn around and force her to take my son's name just because I think it's better that way, or because it's my family name. I can't force that on her.
No, like, isn't it also weird? Like, now you go, like, maybe.
Do you think it's weird? I think it's weird because you think it's weird. What's your opinion on this, really? Because now I get that you're asking me the questions, but you, as a man, give me your opinion. Why would it be important for your surname to come first? Besides being a bitch, why would your surname have to come first? Why can't it be the last one?
I mean, I'm marrying you, right?
I'm also marrying you.
And so here's the thing.
The thing is, look, you can argue that you're marrying me, but I'm also marrying you.
Yeah.
We're doing this together. It's not that you're doing it to me. I'm also doing it to you. Nami, I'm going to put a ring on your finger. I'm also going to say, in sickness and in health.
You know, as we were talking, I was hoping as a female, I don't know, you would bring this to your defense, but since you didn't, I'm going to use it. Maybe again.
Maybe
so,
you can teach me something.
You know Queen Elizabeth, right? Do you know Prince Charles' name is not Elizabeth?
It's not.
You know that?
Yeah.
So you're aware that like she's keeping her
She
surname
kept her
and
everything.
there's no double barrel
nothing.
and whatever.
Yes.
And so
but I feel like she's the queen. Why the hell would she take some man's surname? Because Prince Charles is some man. She's the queen. She's been put in a position of honor, and then you expect her to take some man's surname. She must be really in love to throw all of that power away, because then she's gonna become his wife. She loses that position of I'm the queen, and it becomes the Queen Elizabeth, his wife.
Name, I'm the king in that relationship, so my surname must be there. I
Unless,
lose that
unless
position.
you're King of Wales, I'm sorry. There's no way you can argue that she can't keep her name if she chooses to.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is like even for me as a man, you agree with like the same, maybe not the same logic, but for the very same reasons you are there for her defense.
Why don't you take my name then? Why don't you double barrel my name and then we just make this a whole double barrel thing? We both double barrel. Keep it at that.
Like,
you see?
What dignity do I have after that?
Oh my gosh, why is it about dignity when it's you, but when it's me, like, it's like, oh, why would you even do that?
I get it in life.
Nah, I mean, what if it's about dignity for me that I want to keep my name?
No, can you agree with me? Ne? And get in life, the man is known as the provider.
Yo, in 2021, eh? In 2021.
Oh, so you don't see a man as a provider? Yes.
Yeah.
Isn't that why we have bless and blesses and whatever? Or isn't that
don't
why we
know
have?
About that,
no, but isn't that why
2021.
girls like come on? I mean, even on social media, girls want like you see girls like yo, my man buy me whatever, and that expectation has been. Yes, as males are responsible for that, right? For that assertion, right? But you girls are happy with that assertion also, right?
Don't
so
say
apply.
You girls are happy with that
females
assertion.
are okay. Some girls are happy with that assertion,
yes,
and they're writing for that assertion. So just apply that assertion. Like, listen, you not taking that actually.
I'm disrespecting you. Is that what you're saying? I don't see it that way. You see, it goes. It's getting weird now. It goes back to when people are getting married and at the wedding the priest says the man is the head of the house and the neck must follow. Oof, that is so loaded, first of all. So what you're saying that men are providers is loaded. In the sense that like, fine, you can be the provider, but that has nothing to do with your surname. It still doesn't change that. Because by law, if I don't want to take your surname, I don't have to. Because on paper, we'd be married still.
Yeah.
So whether you provide for me or not doesn't change how I would feel about my surname, you know? I don't think that is a contributing factor. Because some women be taking these niggas' surnames and they still don't do shit. So that has nothing to do with anything. Like, no ways. There's no way that the only reason I'm taking your name is because you're a provider. Because what if you're not? What if I'm marrying you just because I love you and I don't care what you give me?
But yes.
Then now you're bringing up the element of giving. Then I'm going to expect you to constantly be giving simply because I have your name then. Why not?
No, it's not there. It's like, it's that thing that you understand like from a dignity, like you be stripping him off. Me as niggas, we're gonna be like, Kante.
Why can't it just be love, fam? Why can't it just be that?
Yeah, don't you love me enough to just take my surname?
Don't you love me enough to let me keep mine then? Because then it's gonna go to that. Don't you love me enough to let me keep my name and keep my dignity and keep my family's honor? Because when already by marrying me, you're taking me away from my family.
We're becoming one. We're not becoming true. That's why those two surnames must not exist.
Then let's create a new surname, gang. No, the thing is like, I think I understand it from both perspectives. That like, yes, sure. For a man, that can't be something that's nice. You can't possibly enjoy seeing that kind of thing happen. But at the same time, it's like, as a woman, you also can't like limit me to this. Let me have the option to do it. If I choose I don't want to do it, it's my choice. The same way I'm choosing to be with you. Like, you should look at it that way, that I'm choosing to be with you. And the choice of how I choose our names to be together or one, that's still part of, it's part of that choice. And yes, fine, it can seem like, oh, your choice is a bit because of the fact that you're not taking my full surname. But still, even in that, there must be a reason. And that reason, possibly, it has to be good enough for the husband to understand that, dude, I'm not just doing this because I'm just trying to spite you or I'm trying to make you feel smaller than. It's just because this is why I would like to do it. And that's why I'm like, it can be a conversation. There's no way you can't bring your point across and make it heard, you know? Yeah.
Okay. So I don't know how you would like to like wrap it up, your final thoughts on this whole topic. But from my perspective is that, ladies, you know, men, we are fickle, eh? We're very fickle. You know that, right? We're all about pride and everything else. Like, because ladies, you guys don't have pride, like as much as we have like a lot of pride, right? Just let it be, hey? Let our pride shine, please. Just take the same name and leave the double barrel and everything.
Okay. I'm not gonna jump in on the pride thing because we're wrapping up. But honestly, I think ladies get married. People say it's nice. I don't know. But don't be scared to double barrel if you want to. But also, you don't have to. But also, it's up to you. Like, it's up to you to do it. If you think that that's the way that you would like to appear in the world, then do it. Like, don't let a man bully you because of his pride. Because it's honestly something you guys can like compromise on. Yes, compromises suck, but if you're marrying me, my name should be the last thing you're worried about, really. Because I mean, you're making that choice already. So accept me with my wanting my surname.
I can tell you something I'm worried about.
He's not gonna leave you once he's married you. That's what I'm saying. He's not gonna leave you.
I can definitely tell you something I'm worried about, ladies and gentlemen, from this interview is that when I told her men are providers in 2021, she's like, in 2021? So I don't know if she's rolling with a Ben 10 or what. But anyways.
All I'm saying is, that's not all you can be, because I can be that for myself.
Okay. All right.
Remember that. That's
I'll
what I'm
remember
saying.
that. And ladies and gentlemen, we out.